All right, everybody, so you completed the homework and we want to make sure that it's right. We got to make sure that with this assignment, we're very neat and organized because there's a lot of places where you can make silly mistakes if you're trying to do mental math. So this lesson, remember, is called the order of operations because we have to follow a certain set of steps in order to solve the problem correctly and carefully. And remember, we're going to follow PEMDAS. PEMDAS, the saying is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which really stands for, if you have parentheses, you start there first, right? Then go on to exponents. And just remember, if you have multiplication and division, these two work, together. So whatever you have first, you work left to right. And addition and subtraction, they also work together. You work left to right. All right, so we're going to see examples of those in these following problems. So let's see if you got your homework correct. Here we go. First problem that you had, I'm going to look at this and say, well, I've got addition and subtraction, and I've got multiplication. PEMDAS, I'm going to start with multiplication, right? So 10, I'm going to rewrite everything, and I want to get a habit of doing that. And now I just work left to right. 3 plus 15 is 18, and 18 minus 10 is 8. And you can see that when you solve the problem and you're showing your work this way, it's going to look like an upside down piece of pizza or a triangle. All right, but we circle our answers, and that's how we show our work properly. All right, next one. I've got multiplication and addition in this problem. So I'm going to start with 5 times 6 is 30. And I'm going to rewrite everything, right? Because very tempting to do 30 plus 2 next. But 2 times 4 comes next. And 30 plus 8 is 38. You had 20 problems for homework, so we're going to work kind of quick. And if I go too fast, you can always pause or stop. All right, 48 divided by 8 or 8 minus 1. Well, 48 divided by 8 comes first. 6 times 8 is 48. That rhymes. That's how I remember it. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So 5 is your answer there. Next, 68 minus 12. 12 divided by 2 or 2 divided by 3. We're going to go in order, right? So we're going to start with the first division problem. 12 divided by 2 is 6. I'm going to rewrite everything, right? And then 6 divided by 3. Again, very tempting to want to do that, but that doesn't come next. And finally, 68 minus 2 is 66. That is the answer there. All right. Next two. Start with parentheses, right? There's a different way to solve this problem that we're going to learn about in the future, but right now we're going to solve it this way. 9, right? And then 6 times 9. That would come next, which is 54. Next one. Start with parentheses, right? PEMDAS starts with parentheses. 24. I'm going to keep it in parentheses. Not that I would need them, but sometimes it would matter, right? So 25 minus 24, that would be a final answer of 1. Okay, next two. I've got parentheses here, right? And I got brackets. So the brackets and the parentheses, I want to start with the innermost parentheses, right? So I'm working my hands in. So I'm going to start with 6 minus 3, which is 2. And I know it seems like a lot of work, but it's not. Rewrite everything, okay? We want to make sure that we're careful. Next, you're going to do, whoop, I messed up, it's 3. What the heck am I thinking? There we go. All right, so 9 minus 3 is 6. Still in brackets. Keep it there. Next, 3 times 6 is 18. And last, 18 minus 10 is 8. Okay, show all that work. Next, start with parentheses. 3 plus 12 is 15. 60 divided by, and even if it's in parentheses, it's still the same thing. 60 divided by 15 is 4. All right, moving on to the next two. Here we go. 6 times 2. I'm going to start with the multiplication part of the problem first, right? 12. 4 minus 2 plus 6. Again, you could go in any order really, but just make sure you take the sign of what's in front because a lot of kids will say 2 plus 12 is 14. And it's not a 2, it's a negative 2. So I'm going to be careful. I'm going to follow the order of operations. Remember, addition and subtraction work together. Whatever comes first, left, right. So I'm going to start with 4 minus 2. 2 and 2 plus 12 is 14. All right, start with the parentheses. 3, 18 divided by 3 is 6. That was easy. Next one. Remember, you have division in this problem, but we said in class, imagine that there's imaginary parentheses around these guys. Okay, we're going to do the numerator first. So 16 plus 24. If you need to, do it on the side, right? And you get 40. Carry that 1. So you get 40 in the numerator. And in the denominator, 30 minus 22 is 8. And last, 40 divided by 8 is 5. So in that problem, you're actually doing division last. because you always do what's in the numerator and denominator first. Okay, next, start with your innermost parentheses, which are right here, the 9 and the 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. Again, I'm going to rewrite everything. Again, it seems like it's a pain, but it really doesn't take that long. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1, I'm going to rewrite everything, right? 8 plus 1 is 9. And then I realize that that 2 hangs out the entire way, just waiting to be multiplied by what I get inside. So 2 times 9 is, finally, 18. Okay? And if you don't show all your work, you might be tempted to multiply by 2 early, but realize that comes last. All right, 13, here we go. Start with the parentheses. I've got 8 divided by 8, which is 1. Rewrite everything. Then I'm just going to do this all together. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 3 plus 11 is 14. And last, 14 divided by 2 is 7. This guy, very tempting to do 9 plus 3, but 3 plus 4 comes first. 12. 12 plus 9 is 21. All right, we got 6 problems left. Did I? Yes, okay. 14. All right, we're on to 15 and 16. Whoop, did I miss 15 and 16? We'll go over those at the end. How about that? Let's insert grouping symbols to make this true. If I did this, 3 plus 5, all right, if I did it that way, I'd have 8 times 8. And that looks right. 8 times 8 is 64. So that is correct. That's where you enter your grouping symbols. And if I put them in the other spot, it wouldn't work. Okay, let's try this one. If I put it around 4 times 6, I get 24. 24 minus 2 plus 7. I get 22. 22 plus 7. That won't work. So let's try putting it around the 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 7 is 23. So the parentheses belong around the 6 minus 2. All right, let's try the next ones here. Where could I put the parentheses? Well, let's try here. 3 plus 2 is 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So the parentheses would belong right here. And this guy, 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 times 2, yep, the parentheses go around the 3 and the 6. 3 times 6 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. All right, so I'm going to go back real quick, and I'm going to show you those other 2 that we missed. So hold on. Oh my gosh, how could we forget about these 2 problems, 15 and 16, okay? 18 divided by 3. I'm going to do that first because PEMDAS, remember, division comes before multiplication if it comes first in the problem. All right, so if you're having trouble, I'm going to write PEMDAS over here. And remember, multiplication and division work together. So if I have division first, that's okay. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 times 5 minus 4. I'm going to do multiplication next, which is 30. And 30 minus 4 is 26. And number 16, which is actually our last problem today, because we went over the other problems. 10 plus 28. 28 divided by 14, or 14 minus 5. I'm going to start with the division. You get 2. Rewrite everything. All right. 10 minus 2 is 12. And lastly, 12 minus 5 is 7. So we are done. Just make sure, follow order of operations, be neat, be organized. Your work should look like upside down triangles. All right, a little neater than that. But good luck. Make sure that if you have any questions, you guys come and see me, or you can chat with me online or send me a message. All right, good job, guys.